Hey guys, this is Marina from Mars Stars, and today I'm here with the weekly forecast for the week between the 29th of May and the 4th of June. So, probably you have seen the poll that I made in our Facebook group asking you what kind of weekly forecast do you prefer, and most of you voted for the format Monday Sunday. So I would like to make it as useful and helpful as possible for you. So that's why I'm changing the format. And from now on, the weekly forecast will be Monday, Sunday. And I want to thank again everyone who voted there. It was very helpful for me. Thank you very much. So let's start with this week and see the most important aspects that we are going to have. So we start on Monday, the 29th, and the week starts with the opposition between Mars and Saturn. And this is a challenging aspect. Definitely, the aspect is exact on Monday, but probably we are going to feel the influence during the whole week because Mars will be in the last degrees of Gemini until Sunday, and it's still very close to the opposition with Saturn. And this is a tough aspect mostly because Mars and Saturn are so different planets. You know, the nature of these planets is so different. They're definitely not friends, we can say. And the reason for this is because Mars is related with the desire to take actions. You know, this is a very impulsive planet related with taking risks, being very brave, following your instincts and impulses. And on the other hand, Saturn is almost the opposite. It is related with the need to be, to be very patient, to wait, to try to plan, to predict the final results. Saturn sometimes brings fears, people don't like to when Saturn is influencing us or is very strong in our horoscope. Usually we don't like taking risks, we don't like making big changes because changes are not always predictable. So that's why this aspect is challenging, because we may feel from one side, because of Mars, we may feel this strong desire to take risks, to be impulsive, to do something. But on the other hand, Saturn can, the next polarity is, well, can we plan everything? Do we know what the final result is going to be? What if something messes up? Or there are some kind of challenges, some kind of restrictions, and usually there are some kind of boundaries. Things don't happen quickly, don't happen easily and smoothly. So you should be prepared that whatever you do during this week, it may require more efforts. On the other hand, the positive side of this aspect is that this can be related with being more patient in whatever it is that you would like to achieve. We might be very disciplined, we might be trying to be very accurate, and even if it doesn't happen as quickly as we want, after all we may be very persistent. And of course, if we do that, the final result can be very positive for us. So the positive side of this aspect is that it can makes us very hardworking, and everything pays off at the end. Okay, so next we have, and as we said, probably during the whole week we are going to have to feel this aspect. The other aspect that we have is Venus in Aries, which will make trine with Saturn, and shortly after that, exact conjunction with Uranus. This is a contradictory combination because Venus Saturn is related with being very grounded in your emotions, not only grounded but also trying to keep everything under control. To things can be a little bit more routine. You may like for things to be more as they used to be. But on the other hand, the conjunction with Uranus suggests that there will be some kind of surprises. From one side, you need well, we all need to keep the current situation, things as they are, especially in terms of relationships. But on the other hand, the exact conjunction with Uranus suggests that there can be some kind of, surprises, and in general, we need some kind of excitement. So, a very interesting aspect. For some kind of creativity, for some kind of art, this can be a wonderful aspect, because the conjunction between Venus and Uranus can bring incredible inspiration that we may use in our art or in our creative activities. And on the other hand, the supportive aspect, the trine with Saturn, suggests that we may use this inspiration for something practical, for achieving something visible, measurable, and well, something that everyone can see. So for those who work in some kind of, artistic area, something creative, actually this can be a wonderful aspect. And in terms of relationships, well, be prepared for some kind of surprises, definitely. Okay, so the other aspect that we have is exact on Sunday. This is the square between the Sun and Neptune. And this is a tough aspect, because the squares with Neptune can bring possible complications, some kind of misunderstandings. We can forget something, or we can get confused about something. And especially in terms of information, communicating with others, there might be some kind of, some kind of difficulties, or you can make some kind of mistakes, or even somebody can lie, somebody can cheat. So be careful, especially with information. Contracts, negotiations, they're all challenging as well. Okay, and what else do we have? So let's return again to Monday. And on Monday we have the transit moon in Leo. Actually, it is on Tuesday there as well. So the transit moon in Leo is a very, very positive position, because this is one of the most positive signs in astrology, and this is related with, some kind of entertainment, some kind of positive emotional experiences. Again, for creativity, for art, this is a wonderful position. So for example, if you have to plan some kind of um, parties, or some kind of events, this is a very, very positive position of the moon. And actually this can partly compensate the challenging aspect between Mars and Saturn. So it suggests that even if things are difficult, we need to put some extra work, or there's some kind of difficulties for us because of this opposition. On the other hand, the moon in Leo can help us to find the positive in every situation, even in the difficulties, even when we are challenged, even when things don't happen as quickly as we want. After all, we will be able, or we should be able to find the positive in every situation. So, try to focus on that, because things are, it depends very much on how we look on things, how we look on the situation. So try to, instead of focusing on what's not working for you, try to focus more on the positive side, because this position of the moon in Leo is very, very supportive for that. And after that, on Wednesday around noon, the transit moon enters Virgo, and will stay there on Thursday and Friday as well. And this is a time when we should be more focused on some kind of obligations. This can be a little bit, time not so much for hobbies, for entertainments, but instead to focus on the things that we have to do. Some kind of things related with work, related with helping somebody else, or, things that we have to do. This is a very positive position. For example, if you want to do something for your health, or some kind of cleaning procedures, or starting some kind of diet purification, this is a very good position. On Friday, we should pay attention because the moon is not only in Virgo, but at the same time it will activate the opposition between Mars and Saturn. And here you can see that we actually have a tau square between Mars, Saturn, and the moon. And this is a challenging day when we should be careful, with how we communicate with others. There is a chance for some kind of conflict. People can be very criticizing. When we have Virgo and Saturn at the same time, with some kind of connection, this can be related with a lot of criticism. People can be very demanding, and in general, there might be some kind of conflict because we also have Mars here included. So, all of this criticism, all of this, you know, sometimes people can be so strict and demanding that, well, actually it can lead to some kind of conflicts with them because of Mars. So probably Friday is a day when you should avoid, if you have some kind of negotiations or something which is really important and you need things to be very fluent, then probably you should avoid Friday. And then on Saturday and Sunday we have the moon in Libra, which is a much more positive position. Especially on Saturday, when the moon is also in conjunction with Jupiter and makes trine with the sun in Gemini. This is a wonderful day for some things that will bring positive emotions, for doing things together with your partner, or with people that are very close to you, even doing something related with your beauty, related with to feel more attractive, especially for women. This is a really great position of the transiting moon. On Sunday, it's a little bit more challenging because the moon will make opposition with Uranus and Venus. So again, the main topic is about relationships, about our communication with others. And here there might be, some kind of unexpected situations, some kind of surprises, which can be both, positive or sometimes not so positive for us. But in general, this is a time to do something that you haven't done before, to take some risks, to try, to have more variety in your life and especially in your relationship. So, but after all, the moon is in Libra, so there should be, we should try to make some kind of compromises and, again, to focus more on the positive side of the things. So, I think that these were the most important indications that we have during this week. If you have some kind of questions or comments, I would be very glad to answer them. So please write them down. And I will wait for you next week again. Thank you very much for watching, and bye.